SummerSlam just got a lot more interesting. So on Monday Night Raw, Riddle got kayfabe injured by Seth Rollins. So the match between Seth Rollins and Riddle is off. It's not a real injury, so maybe Triple H is up to something. Seth Rollins tweeted, "For anyone who purchased a ticket to SummerSlam hoping to see me in action, I apologize. I did everything I could over the last 6 months to earn my spot on this show, but some things are out of my control. Thank you for always singing my song, they'll hear you someday." Triple H came in and said, "I'm not like my father-in-law." He tweeted, "I hear you." Which makes me believe we are going to see a surprise at SummerSlam. Something that this pay-per-view desperately needed, because this pay-per-view does not feel like SummerSlam. Now obviously I wouldn't be happy if Riddle got actually injured, but it's just part of a storyline. Fightful Select reports that Riddle's injury is just part of a storyline, and that the current idea is to have Riddle face Rollins at Clash at the Castle. Fightful also heard that the match was scrapped because of creative adjustments. Yes people, Triple H is the new wrestling puppy. He came in and made some adjustments. This is great news because we know that SummerSlam, this year's SummerSlam, was written by Vince McMahon, approved by Vince McMahon. So Triple H is slowly trying to show us that we will get changes. I bet he saw the paper and was like, "We've seen this shit already." So now SummerSlam has one of the most important things of professional wrestling. The element of surprise. We don't know what Seth Rollins is going to do at SummerSlam, whether he's going to be in the main event or he's going to get a surprise opponent. I mean, Triple H promised some changes. It's not like Seth Rollins is not gonna be on the show. He will be. But now it's interesting, who is he going to face? I'm seeing a lot of people saying Johnny Gargano, which is entirely possible. Karrion Kross maybe, another possibility. Whatever the case may be, it just made SummerSlam that much more interesting. I'm really not feeling this pay-per-view. The product got so stale lately that the only matches I care about are attraction matches like The Miz vs Logan Paul and Baron Corbin vs Pat McAfee. On one hand, it's great that WWE absolutely nailed these kind of matches lately, like for the past 3 years. On the other hand, I wish I was excited about the main event of SummerSlam. Let's talk about the Mysterios versus Finn Balor and Damian Priest. It's a no disqualification match, which makes things interesting. I bet this is going to be an unbelievable match because every talent involved is great. And Dominic Mysterio, but he's improving, he's okay.
Shut your ass! Keep my Miwa's name out of your mouth!
The biggest question of this storyline was, will Dominic Mysterio join the Judgment Day, which is just... it's not even that interesting. Sure, it would be kind of a shocking moment, the moment itself would be really memorable. I would like to see it. On the other hand, what's the payoff? Why would we need Dominic Mysterio as a heel or in the Judgment Day? It just doesn't make any sense. It won't do much for Dominic, it won't do much for the Judgment Day, but my prediction is going to be the Judgment Day, and I think that Dominic will kinda join, but only because his father is in danger. Or maybe Ray will join, but that's my prediction. The Judgment Day wins, and one of them will join just because they have to. The Miz versus Logan Paul is really interesting. Logan Paul is not really over as a babyface. He won't be anytime soon. He's a natural douchebag. He said that he doesn't want to be a bad guy, but I guess he just doesn't understand the business. Being a heel is so much easier. It's so much easier to make people hate you, which is already done by Logan Paul, than love you. And he's a natural douchebag. He's a good-looking dude who made some mistakes. He's a social media megastar. He's basically Miz on steroids. So I honestly don't see this guy as a babyface. The storyline is not really good, but it's really interesting how well Logan Paul is going to do in a one-on-one match. So my prediction is going to be Logan Paul. I think he does need the victory a bit more to kind of establish Logan as an actual wrestler now. You know, it's gonna be really hard to look at Logan Paul as someone more than a social media megastar, a vlogger, a YouTuber, a boxer. Which is a good thing, by the way. The WWE keep mentioning that Logan faced Mayweather. We also have the Raw Women's Championship match, Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch. This match is not really interesting to me. This gives me the vibes of, right now, we have nothing more interesting going on in the women's division. let's do this again. We've seen this. We get it. And even on Raw, we saw a boring segment where they just didn't have anything else to say. We just got a brawl. This rivalry is finished. We need to move on. My prediction is Bianca Belair, and she desperately needs new challengers. Perhaps a heel Asuka, I guess. Pat McAfee versus Happy Corbin is one of the most interesting matches of the card. Pat McAfee, whatever he does in the WWE so far, absolutely nailed it. A very talented dude, a very likable dude. Like I've said previously, he's a likable Logan Paul. We already saw what Pat McAfee can do in the ring, so I don't think we're gonna get shocked. But it happens so rarely, you know, seeing Pat McAfee in the ring, that it's always going to feel special. And I can't even tell you when was the last time I was excited about Happy Corbin's rivalry. So that's already great. But I feel like Happy Corbin is winning this match. Unless WWE are planning to put Pat McAfee in the ring a lot more often. Corbin's credibility is not the best lately, so I feel like this W is going to Corbin. The undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship match. The Usos versus the Street Profits, and the special guest referee is Jeff Jarrett. You wanna know why? Me too. No idea. It does make things look a bit more special. It's SummerSlam, we kinda expect something like this. It just doesn't make any sense at all. I'm down, I guess. It's funny how these are two of the best WWE tag teams we have right now, and the match still doesn't feel that special. I'm not really interested that much, even though I know this could be the match of the night. They kinda suffered from overexposure because on every episode of Monday Night Raw or SmackDown, we saw them in the ring together, so my prediction is the Usos. Another rematch. Theory versus Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship. Another question, will Theory win the United States Championship and the WWE Undisputed Championship? So my prediction is Theory will not win the United States Championship. I feel like Bobby is going to retain. There's no reason why would you take the championship away from Bobby Lashley already. Bobby takes the W. Then we're getting the SmackDown Women's Championship match. Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey. Pretty interesting because you can kind of see it both ways. You know, I do see Liv Morgan winning, but at the same time, I do see her losing against Ronda Rousey. It's one of these rare cases where a champion is the underdog, which kind of makes things interesting. And it's gonna be one of these matches where you watch, and if you're a fan of Liv Morgan, you're gonna be shitting your pants. You're gonna be at the edge of your seat. It's like a Goldberg match. You don't want Ronda to win right here, but she might. You never know. I'm going with Liv Morgan, but she's not gonna win fair. The referee will screw up or something along those lines, where basically, oh, my shoulder was up but you still won. Something like this is going to happen. And finally, the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, last man standing match. Unless Brock Lesnar will keep saying, if he's gone, I'm gone. We almost didn't get this match, and honestly, I'm very curious. What kind of match WWE would have gave us if this was cancelled? Maybe Brock is not gonna be at SummerSlam and they keep advertising the guy. Maybe Brock is not gonna show up and then we'll see Seth Rollins. That's why Riddle is kayfabe injured. I don't know. Maybe WWE are just playing safe. I have no idea. But that would be kind of false advertising, right? Advertising Brock Lesnar and not giving people Brock Lesnar. That would be really shameless. I'm not really interested in the match that much. The only thing I care about is will Theory cash in. We've seen this match already many times, and to be quite honest with you guys, the only time I actually loved Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns was WrestleMania 31. Any other match was just mid. Now obviously this whole Brock Lesnar situation basically means we're getting Roman Reigns retaining the championships. Will Theory cash in? I don't know. I think he will show up. We will see Theory trying to cash in, but the bell won't even ring. It's gonna be this basic WWE bullshit we're seeing every time. So these are my predictions. Let me know yours in the comments below. Like I've said, SummerSlam just got a lot more interesting with Triple H making some changes. So thank you for watching The Great One. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.